lot of emails from you guys wanting to know how to solve certain grooming issues or problems. Well, the other day, I got one that I've gotten before. Unfortunately, one of our friends shaved off his widow's peak and wanted to know what he could do to reduce the appearance of stubble. My answer was let it grow back and never, ever, ever do it again. Gentlemen, here's the deal. There's some places on your body that you should never shave with a razor because A, it's gonna look stupid, or B, it's gonna be super irritated and uncomfortable and you're gonna get razor burn, bumps, and ingrown hairs. Today, guys, I'm going over those places you should never shave. So when it comes to hair removal, you've got a few different options. You've got tweezers, which is going to remove the hair from the root individually. It's a little painful, but you're a man, you can handle it. Second option is wax, which is also gonna remove the hair from the root, but in a broader, bigger section. The upside to removing a hair from the root is that it's going to basically keep it from growing back a little bit longer. The third option is to shave it. Right now, shaving, the upside is that it's quick, it's easy, and it's affordable. The downside is that it's not very permanent, meaning when you shave a hair, you're basically gonna have stubble like almost instantly. The hair is gonna start to grow back like right away. You're also gonna see the biggest, fattest cross section of that hair because when you actually shave or shear a hair off, you're gonna see the full cross section, which is gonna make the stubble appear bigger as opposed to when you pluck or remove the hair from the root. When it starts to grow back, it grows back as a fine point, so it's a lot less noticeable. The other downside to shaving is that with a modern cartridge razor, you're basically gonna have like 4, 5, 6 blades. So when you shave, you're having 6 passes go over that hair, basically causing that hair to be sheared off or cut below the skin surface. Now, in the ideal world, it grows back quick and easy, no big deal. But what happens most oftentimes is that in certain areas or sensitive regions, if you're not exfoliating while it grows back, the hair a lot of times will get trapped below the skin surface, creating ingrown hairs, bumps, or irritation. The fourth option is to trim the hair. The upside, it's quick, it's easy, it's also affordable. The downside is that typically you are gonna have some slight stubble. But depending on the area of your body, this is actually preferred and ideal so that the hair doesn't get trapped and it doesn't get ingrown or uncomfortable. In terms of the best, guys, it's this right here. I've talked about it a gazillion times. It's the Brio Beardscape. Best tool on the market, not only for your beard, also for your body. I love this tool so much. I'm gonna link to it down below, guys. And right now, for a limited time, if you grab a Beardscape 2.0, you're gonna get the Brio travel bag, a $35 value for free while supplies last because supplies are limited. I'm gonna link that special link down below. All right, this is a super badass travel bag. You got all the compartments, but it doesn't have like too many, meaning like you can actually find what you're looking for. This is the perfect bag. It's got a few different pockets. It also has a cool hook, right? So you can actually hang it up when you're traveling or at home. This bag is a $35 value, and right now, guys, for those of you who go through my special link and grab a Brio 2.0, they're giving it to you for free. And if you're lucky, guys, if you go through that link, they'll still have this, all right? This is actually a limited edition Brio. It is called Frost. It is so cool. It is badass. I saw it, I'm like, you know what? One can never have too many Brios, and I love the fact that they're doing like a limited edition drop, and this thing is so freaking sexy. But the classic black Brio Beardscape 2.0, gentlemen, you can't beat this sexy bitch. Hit the link down below. Do not wait, because like I said, right now for a limited time, for those of you who grab a Brio, you're gonna get the travel bag, a $35 value for free. The Brio is the best in terms of beard grooming, body grooming, ball grooming, even your butt cheeks. Because you should never, ever, ever shave your butt cheeks. I'll explain why in a second. Which brings me to the first place you should never shave, and that is your widow's peak, because it will never last. You're gonna see the stubble instantly, and the darker your hair, the worse it looks. So here's the deal. I know that getting like edged up is a big thing, but if you are somebody that does have a very irregular hairline, you wanna make sure that you try to keep that hairline as natural as possible. Because when you edge up an unnatural hairline or an uneven hairline and remove things like a significant widow's peak, you literally are gonna see it like instantly. If you're somebody that has darker skin, brown skin, black skin, you can get away with it not looking as bad and getting edged up a lot easier because you're not actually gonna see that pigment as well. All right, so if you're a white dude, never shave your widow's peak. Also, never shave like half of your mustache. And that's something else that I see that I'm like, dude, stop, never shave it, because you want to make sure that you leave your mustache as natural as possible in terms of the growth pattern. One of the things that makes a dude's stash look super fucked up is when he thinks, I'm gonna make it like super thin, right? And he tries to shave down, and then all you see is a long, thin stash, and then his other stash above it. It's literally like a double stash. Just say no to the double stash, gentlemen. Leave that stash as natural as possible. Same thing goes for your beard, all right? Which brings me to the next thing you should never shave, and that is your beard in any weird, unnaturally, like, thin, like, shape. Super thin, edged up beards looks horrible, all right? You wanna make sure you allow the facial hair to be more natural, all right, in terms of your cheeks, but you also shouldn't let it grow too high on your cheeks and look like a wolf man, because literally, the higher that hair grows, the more like wolfy and more like animalistic you actually look. You gotta make sure you edge it up, all right? Now, if you're somebody that gets ingrown hairs or suffers from razor burn and bumps, you wanna make sure you never go against the grain. A single pass with a safety razor or a single blade razor, in my opinion, is gonna be your best option, which brings me to the neck, all right? Now, the neck is one of those areas that a lot of guys shave that they shouldn't, all right? If you're somebody that gets ingrown hairs, bumps, or burns, and you're using a cartridge razor, stop. If you wanna reduce the amount of burn and bumps that you actually get, instead of actually using a cartridge razor with a bunch of blades, I would recommend using a single blade safety razor or one of those cheap disposable, like single or double blade razors that come in like a pack of like 87. Those are gonna be better because once again, it's not a ton of strokes. Something that I do is actually just use my Brio. I use something called the Zero Blade that they actually have with the Brio. It basically takes it like skin bald, but even if you don't have one of those, you can still take it super short with the standard Brio, right? It's gonna look great, it's gonna look bald, but it's just not going to make the hair go below the surface, causing the ingrown hairs, bumps to actually happen. The next thing you should never do is shave underneath of your chin. The reason, we've talked about this a bunch, because when you remove the hair from underneath your chin, if you're somebody that has a beard, you basically are gonna look like you've got a double chin. It also makes your jaw look super weak and soft. You're supposed to leave the hair head straight, take your finger, boom, shave below, leave above. Fact. Another fact is that you look better with facial hair, period. Every dude looks better with facial hair. It makes you look more rugged, more manly, more sexy. And so if you don't have to shave your facial hair, don't shave your facial hair, like ever. Leave a little bit of stubble. It's gonna make you look a little bit more manly. It's also just gonna be sexy because beards are sexy as long as they're well maintained and groomed. But what's not sexy is shaving your brows with a razor. Gentlemen, here's the deal. One more time for the kids in the back. I've talked about this. I've told you, stop using a razor on your eyebrows. Because, once again, when you actually shave them, you're seeing a big fat-ass cross-section of that hair. And so literally, you shave, the next day you have like 5 o'clock stubble on your brows. I've also heard of a lot of dudes getting like ingrown hairs, not to mention like razor burn on their eyebrows, which looks terrible. Instead, boom, tweezers, rip it, pluck it. That's it. Gentlemen, remove the hair from the root. Woo, woo! Pubes. Never shave your pubes with a razor, all right? Brio? Yes. Razor? No. Why? Here's the deal, gentlemen. If you've ever done it, you know. It's uncomfortable, all right? When you actually shave your pubes, a very sensitive area, with a razor, right? The waistband of your underwear or pants are there, it's rubbing, right? Also, when you're getting sexy time, it's rubbing, it's grinding, all sorts of stuff is happening down there, which is going to increase the likelihood of you getting an ingrown hair, razor burn, bumps, and just things all funky, right? Instead, if you want to go all bald eagle, which I highly recommend you consider, or go racing stripe like your boy Alpha, or just take it all nice and short, free flow amoeba style, grab a Brio, take it down, pop an attachment on for you guys that want a little more substance and bulk to the man bush, that's fine, right? But this bad boy is gonna take it very low, give you the appearance of a huge wiener without taking the hair below the skin, causing the ingrown hairs and irritation to actually happen. All right, now, one upside that I've learned is that I've never actually gotten an ingrown hair on my testicles or the base of my wiener, which should always be shaved. Period. Shaving your butt cheeks. The next thing we gotta talk about. Here's the deal. I'm also gonna include your butt crack because I've done that as well. Here's the deal. When you, once again, shave something, it's removing the hair down past the surface of the skin. But when that hair decides, yo, I'm coming back, which is literally like the next day, all right, it's trapped below the skin surface. And so what ends up happening is you get ingrown hairs, and if you have ever shaved your butt cheeks and it starts to grow back, it is itchy, it is prickly, it is uncomfortable. Same thing for your butt crack, gentlemen. Instead, just grab your Brio, right? run it up, butt cheeks. Yep, exactly. And then grab a cheek, open it up a little bit, and just be careful of the old rosebud because it ain't pretty when you nip it.